Spyderco, how we love you. Let us count the ways. We'll start off with C182. This is a Nutnfancy Project knife show, and this will be my tabletop review on the excellent Spyderco dice C182. Another reason to love Spyderco. And guess what my intro to this knife review is going to be? I think you guys are going to like this. Here it comes. We are going to dig into part of the TMP Spyderco collection. Boom! I've never shown this on camera ever. Now, something you need to know. The collection is always changing. We have to get more money to buy more knives, to review, to test. Some we take on loan, most we buy, right? So keep that in mind. So what you see now could be gone in the future. Check our web store, nutnfancy.bigcartel.com. Occasionally we'll sell a blade or two there. Make room for more. So let's break in. And we're going to see the knife that is the basis for this one, which I did review and I totally love, and that is the Spyderco Domino C172. I think that's in here somewhere. Let's see if I'm telling the truth or not. Oh man, do I have to show you all these knives? Okay, briefly. Remember that one? Oh man, that is a sick blade. Love that knife. Just a beautiful blade. I gotta go fast, otherwise this video is just gonna go too long. I'm not even gonna talk about which ones. You guys figure it out. Oh dude. Special edition TMP blade. That was a prototype. Awesome. Love that. Tenacious with that snake camo pattern we did on it. Centofonte 3. Dude. These are just all Hall of Famers. You guys know that, right? These knives do not stay in the project unless they're Hall of Fame knives. Oh, man. Look at that. Endura G10. Dude. I just love Spyderco, man. They make so many great blades. There's that same one in black. Pacific Salt. If I'm getting my names right. I get confused sometimes. There's just so many blades, dude. So do the manufacturers. I'll go to their table and like, hey, what's that knife? They're like, I forget. I gotta look in the catalog. Stretch. Poor little Stretch. How have people forgotten about this knife? Especially in that coloration. Poor little knife. It's so underrated. I love it. The Stretch is amazing. It's such a great blade shape too. What do we got in here? What's this one right here? I'll put this one out. Oh, this goes way back. Saber Ground Endura. This one has Dura coating. Very collectible TMP blade right there. With an alley hair on it. That makes it even worth more. Uh-huh. Hey, Nutnfancy, I want some alley hair with my blade. I'll see what I can do. Oh, another special edition. Yeah, ambitious. Sage camo. Beautiful, beautiful. What's this one? Oh, that's a shorter version in H1 steel. And I love the old school construction where it's riveted, no steel liners. I still love these old Pacific Salts, Aqua Salts, Enduras, Delicas. I still have them. I'll never sell them. And then we get to the heart of the matter. There's a Sage. And where did the knife that I'm supposedly reviewing go? I brought this out because I was like, well, let me get the Sages out because they'll be good companions to the tabletop review. But I was like, I might as well just show them everything. Not everything, but some of what we have. I know, it's insane. These knives remind me of each other. Don't they you? This not necessarily the G10. Just look at the blade and the style. Spyderco Domino C172, and then the Blackie Collins. I believe that's what this is. The G10 Sage. I could be getting the names wrong. And then we have this one's going to be very similar. Oh, there it is, right there. So this is the one I reviewed a while back. This is the gorgeous Spyderco Domino Cessna C172. I call it Cessna. So these are companion pieces, right? And I love how Spyderco does this. They'll come out with a full-size knife and they'll go, let's make a companion piece. We'll just shorten it down. A lot of us, including myself, like smaller knives for EDC. No lie. And I'm totally there with you. I like a small knife for my utility work. I'm not going to be using, I don't know, this one. I could, but I prefer something more maneuverable, more compact, something I know I'm going to have on my person. Something that if I break it out, I'm not going to freak people out thinking I'm going to go on a stabbing spree. You ever seen someone like that? Bring your knife out, like, oh man, what's going on here? I'm like, dude, I'm opening a box. Freaking sheeple. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So we'll get into specifics here. I'm getting a little bit sidetracked. The sage I wanted to show you is the titanium. This one. Okay, so here we go. This is sage titanium versus the Spyderco dice. The reason I want to show you this is because if you are considering the knife and you don't have this one, I don't want you to forget about this one. Okay, and I'm going to pull this on the table. Any one of the sages is excellent. The only one we don't have is the bolstered one. That one I'm less enthusiastic about, but the rest are excellent. Very similar knives. And I'm going to talk about the blade shape. My preference, for what it's worth, not much. And I think, oh, we got another one over here. Oh, another sage, dude. Carbon fiber, liner lock. Oh, just gorgeous. I love the sages. I said that in the review. Nothing's changed. They're just such great knives. And there's a police right there. See what I mean? Big knives. And sadly, we come to the end of this case. Oh, no, there's a hideout in here. One more. I think it's a dupe, though. Yeah. That one. Okay. Should I leave all the knives on the table? Yeah, leave them on the table, Nutton. I hear you guys. So let's look at this one. This is the one I reviewed early on, right? Not early on. This is about 6 months ago. The Domino C172. Here's a smaller companion piece between here. This is going to be a bit heavier, you know, a bit more substantial. The weight on your, and I got to get these names straight because I can go back and forth, and sometimes my reviews I'll interchange them. Sorry, it happens. But this one's 3.8 ounces, which for me as an EDC knife, totally in there. Totally. I mean, that's a carry weight I can live with. This is 4.2 ounces. Essentially the same weight. Don't you think? The feel, do I have to tell you, it's a very high quality Spyderco. It's going to be pretty much perfection. This was designed, both of these knives, designed by Eric Lesser, a great designer in his own right. The Mannix 2, to this day, is one of my all-time favorite backpacking blades. Check that out, by the way. It just came out in a new steel. Sick. Speaking of which, the steel on this is CTS XHP, I think. And I don't know much about it. I do know this. For the price you're paying for this, the steel's going to be pretty rockin'. One thing I wish they would do on Spydercos, you see the grind here, it's kind of striated going down. I don't mind it. I live with it, as you can obviously tell. But I wish it was highly polished. For a knife of this caliber, I wish it was just glistening. Just super bright, or maybe a beautiful stone-washed finish. Two-tone, maybe go stone-washed, polished, flats. This part is polished, gleaming, bright, and then this is stone-washed. Same Spidey logo. That would be cool. I'm just crazy, though. I don't know. Let's check out the speed. Again, do I have to tell you? Perfect. This is a ball-bearing deployment knife, just like that one, I believe. Which is to say, it comes out very fast. Check out the deployment here. The lockup. Perfection. No problems at all. The knife is made in Taiwan. I think some guys have an issue with that. I really don't follow it. I don't go forums or anything, but I think I've heard some grumblings about, hey man, it's expensive for an, offshore produced knife. I don't know what to tell you. It's not my knife. I don't make it. I don't price it. That's Spyderco. But for quality, I mean, dude, quality on this, I think you're seeing it. Perfection. So great lockup strength. I really like right here how they have a steel lock bar. Some of my issues I've had with previous frame locks, and they'll call this a Chris Reeve integral lock, I usually just call them frame locks, is if they're using the titanium lock bar, it will mash over time and can create some looseness. But as you can see, the actual liner portion is replaceable hardened steel. Great job, Eric. Which you could take apart, and I don't know if you could get another one. You probably could. You can see the timing on that, by the way, how it locks up. I love that. It doesn't have an over travel on it on this titanium side, which means to say, and this is from personal experience, don't give it to a friend because they may push this lock bar so far they tweak it. Bucket Nuster did that to one of my knives, and I was pissed. Great job. Not a knife guy, has no clue. I was like, dude, what are you doing? It's like a Bradley alias. He's like, "Argh." I'm like, come on. I always put my thumb right here. I know, it's anal, but I like taking care of these knives in case I have to sell them. They're investments. You can turn them, and you guys watching this probably do it yourselves all the time. These knives hold their value. So great job on the lockup. Perfect. There's your handle. It is somewhat tractable CF, carbon fiber, and there's all types. Checked CF, I think they call this. It is better than this one. Well, I don't know, better. I think it's more aesthetic. So this is the Sage CF, and here's the, and I don't even know the name, the checked CF here on the domino, or I'm sorry, the dice. The traction's about the same, which is to say medium. And then you have that gorgeous titanium side. I'm a sucker for that. I like it. You know, it's something surprising because you look at the knives and you go, oh, that's cool. And then you turn over and go, oh, technical. Titanium. I love titanium. Ergonomically, you see the double finger choils here. You can lock in. It is jimped on the underside. Again, great job, Eric. Jimped on the top. Medium jimping. It's not overly sharp. The factory in Taiwan. I wish they'd make it just a little bit sharper. Let's check the domino. See how that one was. About the same. I probably said that in that review. I don't remember. But it locks in. It's nice. There's your standoffs here. Pillar construction. Here's your clip. Standard Spidey clip, 4-way positionable. This is a great lefty knife. Well, maybe not because it's the right-handed deployment there for the interval lock. So I don't know. But you can carry it tip down, tip up, left, right. Spyderco's always been great for that. You can take it apart if you need to with the Torx. I like the Spidey clip. I've really had no issues with it. This one hasn't been carried, and look, it is kind of standing off the handle, so it has to be taken off and tweaked. I've done that with all the manufacturers. Nothing new. Let's see how this one is on the domino. That one's squared away. See, all the manufacturers have these little things. Stuff, most of it you can correct. If you don't, send it back. They'll take care of you. How about options? What else could you get for the money? Well, value-wise, it's going to be kind of pricey. Don't talk to me. Talk to Spyderco. 180 bucks for this one. Little brother, right there. Is it worth it? I don't know. You know, you got to decide on your own. Like I said, I would really look hard. Oh, I've got the freaking domino on the table. Let me put this one here. The dice. Look hard at the Sage series. I'm a big fan. Big fan. And I think they're a lighter weight knife. That's not a Sage. I picked up the wrong knife. I'll show you that here in a second. Here we go. I think it's about the same knife. And what I was going to tell you about the blade profiles, I like how this leaf blade on the Sage is just a little bit thinner. That's kind of short and squat, which is cool. Precise work if you're digging, maybe light prying. Careful of that very delicate tip, both on the Sage and on the Dyson Domino. Very similar blade shapes. I just like the narrower profile, just a little bit better. You could be different. You could like the fatter one. I know a lot of guys do. Here comes a CF Sage. I would truly consider that. If you don't have a Sage in your inventory, if you're going up against a Domino, take a look at it. One thing this knife has that none of these do is, well, I take it back. I put the wrong knife on the table. That is the Domino coming back in. The other, oh, this one. This is the one I was going to show you. The one thing this knife has that the others don't is the two-phase construction. Titanium on one side, CF on another. That's second kind of cool. Functional cool, the highest traction knife on this table is this one with the G10. I mean, if you're looking for tractability, it's right here. And it's got that beautiful deep carry wire pocket clip. Oh man, great locking mechanism. Same as this. This one doesn't have the steel end set on it though. The titanium Sage. Beautiful carry clip. I prefer that carry clip over this one for deepness, but I'm talking first kind of cool there. Competitive options. The one I prematurely showed you, where'd it go? And it's got a small knife, is the Spyderco Chaparral. Cessna 152, C152, 2.4 ounces, S30V. I think I reviewed this. I think I did. $100. Great knife. Deep carry clip. It has yet another different kind of CF on it. It's a lockback. It's an option. Worth it. The knife I'm carrying today, we're going to go out of the Spyderco lineup, which I absolutely love, is the Benchmade Osborne Axis 930. 940. This is a 941 in black. I think it's a 941. 943 in black. Come on down. Look at that knife. This is a gorgeous functional knife. 2.9 ounces, 154 cm, $125. When I bought it, who knows what the price is now. Here comes a green one. Oh, first I got to remind you how awesome those titanium backspacers are on the 940. God, it's a cool knife. I've been singing its praises forever. Oh, this is not the recurve Tanto. Sorry, it's just the same blade shape. That's an option though. And I've ran into a lot of TMPers that are carrying their Osborne Axis. I love it. Here's something, if you don't have the money, you want the same functionality as the dice. SOG Mini Aegis, 2 ounces, cryogenically treated Aussite steel. It has a similar high function blade shape. That is one in an EDC roll that can peel out splinters, open packages, do detail work. Didn't even talk about POU really, but you get it. Collectible, carry knife. That's it, not tactical. This is about $45 and it comes in satin and it comes in black. Reviewed, highly recommended, totally awesome carry clip there. This is a backpacking favorite in the project. This not so much. I'm not going to carry a knife this small, 3.8 ounces. I will this one, 2 ounces, almost half the weight. Different options. How about this one? Almost done. So sad. Cali 3.5, we're back in the Spyderco lineup. What a great knife. VG10 steel, 3.5 ounces. When we got it, about 120 bucks. Let's compare it against the dice. So it's actually a little bit lighter. And the reason is, of course, the titanium frame. Titanium, as I've said in other reviews, not super light. You would think it would be. Granted, if it was made out of steel, it would be heavier. But this is a kind of a chunky, authoritative feel. The dice and the domino have, and that's what a lot of knife users love. This one is more of an elegant feel. It's very thin. Look at the differences in thickness here. Differences in the pocket clip. That's a Cali 3.5 on the right. Spyderco dice, C182 on the left. Lock back versus liner lock. I don't know. The hardest part for a Spidey fan, and I am a Spidey fan by the way, you've probably detected that over the last few years, is you just want to own it. I mean, it's a sickness. It's like, oh, I want that version. I want that version. Sound familiar? Yeah, I hear you. So it's going to be like a gravitational pull when something cool comes out. Like when I do my catalog reviews, I think when I saw that, I was like, that's going to be a win. I said that about this knife. I was like, that's a winner. They're going to sell a ton of these, and there's others that Spyderco comes out with, and I'm like, I personally don't care for them. Maybe they guys will really eat it up. But they're always pushing it, and they're coming out with great variations of blades we love. So that is my review on the Spyderco dice. It is recommended. A little bit expensive, but very, very special. Nutnfancy Knife Show. See ya.